Good morning. Welcome to the lecture series of operating system. Today's class we try to discuss about the monitors and condition variables implementation using semaphores. In the previous class we discussed about the semaphores and we are also discussed about the monitors, and at the time of the implementation of the monitors we discussed about the condition variables. So in today's class we try to discuss how to implement the monitors as well as the condition variables using the semaphores. Now we try to discuss about the monitor implementation using semaphores. So already we know that a monitor is one of the software synchronization construct. The monitor simply consisting of a set of predefined functions. Already we know that a monitor consisting of a set of functions, and every function is consisting a set of instructions. Here we are assuming that a function body consisting of the set of instructions, and before enter into the function body we are using the wait mutex, and next one is after completion of the function body we are using these are the statements. Here we are assuming that mutex is a binary semaphore. Here we are assuming that mutex is a binary semaphore and its initial value is 1. And before enter the process into the function body, we are using the wait mutex. And why we are using the wait mutex? At any instant of time, only one process to be allowed to execute the function body, because actually the monitor is a set of functions and any process want to perform the modification on the shared data, through monitor only they are allowed to perform the operation. So at any instant of time, only one process is allowed to perform the execution of the function. For that reason, before the function body, we are using the wait mutex. And after the function body, that is after completion of the function body execution, that is here in the function body, they are performing the modification on the shared data. After completion of the function body execution, they are using the statements: if next count is greater than 0, then signal next, else signal mutex. So here in this one, we are using these are the data items we are using. Mutex is a binary semaphore and its initial value is 1, and next is also be a binary semaphore, its initial value is 0, and the next count is an integer variable, its value is the 0. So now we try to discuss about the condition variable x implementation using the semaphores. Here in the condition variable implementation in the semaphore, we are assuming that x is a condition variable. For every x conditional variable, we are using the two data items we are using. One is the xsem, it is a binary semaphore, its initial value is 0, and another one is the x count is an integer variable, its initial value is also with the 0. So for every condition variable implementation using the semaphore, internally it uses the two data items. One is the xsem is a semaphore and its initial value is 0, and the x count is an integer variable and its value is the 0. So here we need to discuss about how to implement the condition variable wait and signal operations. Now we try to discuss about the wait operation of the condition variable. In the wait operation implementation, we are using the following statement: x count is equal to x count plus 1. Already we know that x count is an integer variable used in the x counting condition variable implementation, and its initial value is 0. For example, any process simply calls the x dot wait function, immediately x count value is increased by 1, and next it verifies that if next count is greater than 0, then it simply gives the signal of next. Already we know that next count is an integer variable, initially its value is the 0. If it is greater than 0, then only it gives the signal next, and else signal mutex, it gives the signal mutex. Already we know that mutex is also be a binary semaphore, its initial value is 1, and once this statement is executed, next it simply calls the wait xsem. So already we know that xsem is a binary semaphore, its initial value is 0. So automatically if a process calls x dot wait, then automatically the x count value is increased by 1, and next one is based on the next count value is greater than 0, it gives the signal next, otherwise it gives the signal mutex, and next it calls the wait xsem. Automatically which process calls the x dot wait, that process is simply blocked, that is the process is not allowed to comes out of the wait function. After completion of this one, after completion of the wait function, we are using the x count is equal to x count minus 1. We will discuss this code execution After completion of the signal function, we will discuss with an example. So, what is the statements are used in the weight function of the conditional variable implementation is, for every conditional variable, it uses the two data items. One is the x count is an integer variable, its initial value is 0, and the xsum is a binary semaphore and its initial value is also be 0. At the time of the weight function implementation, x count is increased by 1. And after completion of that one, it simply verifies the next count. It is an integer variable. All the processes are using the particular monitor is using this next count variable. If next count is greater than 0, it gives the signal of next, else it simply gives the signal of mutex. And after completion of that one, it simply called the weight xsum, that is nothing but the which process calls the x dot weight. That process need to be added to the x maintained list, and it need to be blocked until some other process gives the x dot signal. For that reason, we simply call the weight xsum. Xsum is a binary semaphore, initial value is 0. So that process simply blocked, that is, that process is not comes out of the weight function until some other process gives the x dot signal. After completion of the weight, that is, if the process comes out of the weight function, the x count is decreased by 1. And next we discuss about the signal operation. This is a conditional variable. Now we try to discuss about the signal function implementation using the semaphores. So whenever a process calls the x dot signal, first it verifies if x count is greater than 0. When the x count is greater than 0, if any other process calls the x dot weight, then only the count value is increased by 1. Generally the count value is 0 only. If any process calls the x dot weight, the count value is increased by 1, and that process is simply blocked using the weight of xsum. So if the count is greater than 0, then only it is simply perform the operation. For example, the count value is equal to 0, that is, no other process calls the x dot weight function, then automatically the signal is not performing any operation. For that reason, we are verifying the x count is greater than 0. If x count is greater than 0, that itself indicates that some process is waiting for the x condition variable. For that reason, they simply verify the statement next count is equal to next count plus 1. So automatically next count is a integer variable. It is used in the monitor implementation. So automatically initially the next count is 0. Whenever a process called the x dot signal, it simply verifies if any process is waiting for the particular condition variable, then only the next count is increased by 1, and it gives the signal xsum. What is the meaning of the signal xsum? So automatically if any other process is waiting for the x semaphore, that is allowed comes out of the weight function. For that reason, it gives the signal xsum, and next it gives the weight next. For example, if any other process is waiting, it need to be wait. For that reason, it simply gives the weight next, and the next count is simply decreased by 1. So why we call this weight next, we will discuss. So for example, the need of the weight next is, for example, if a process revokes the another process, for example, a process P1 is executing and it is allows the P2 process to continue execution of the critical section. At that time, the P1 process must wait until the P2 is completed its execution or P2 is terminated, then only the P1 is allowed to continue its operation. To achieve that one, we are implementing the wait next, and the next count is simply decreased by 1, and so this is the code is given in the x dot signal implementation. So I hope you understand what is the code is used in the signal implementation. Similarly, the weight function conditional variable implementation, and similarly every function is used in the monitor.